Provoe.
Welcome back to the Provian Roadmap. I hope you had time to reflect on vulnerability and how it can foster growth and connection. Today, we're going to explore how to cultivate courage. Courage is an essential companion to vulnerability. Together, vulnerability and courage can unlock new levels of personal growth. So let's dive in, What is courage? You see, courage isn't the absence of fear. It's the ability to take action in the face of fear. It's not about being fearless, but about moving forward even when we're uncertain. Courage allows us to take risks and face challenges that would otherwise hold us back. You could remember in your life something you kept putting off for a while, and then at some point you told yourself, you know what, I'll do it. What will happen, let it happen, I will do it. And you pushed yourself and you summoned the courage and you did that thing. And now looking back, you will be like, wait, see what I was so scared to do. It ended up being not much of a big deal. Courage is that virtue that helps us power through the self-doubt and the nagging voices in our head telling us we're not good enough, telling us we're not able to be vulnerable, for example. Okay? So courage is that component that helps you power through the noise, both on the outside and on the inside. Okay? How courage builds over time. Courage is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. It doesn't require grand heroic actions every time. It doesn't have to be something huge. Something huge, according to Sabinus. In fact, starting with small, manageable steps is the best way to build courage. It could be the courage to say no to an invitation. It could be like today, literally speaking, I received a call, in the middle of this production, and it was for an invitation to a singles program, a pastor friend of mine. And I was honest. I had to tell him I am actually in the studio right now and I don't know how to justify putting aside the work I'm doing right now to come sit in a congregation to attend a singles meeting, talking about relationships and what have you. I had to develop that courage. This course I'm creating gave me that strength within to turn down the invitation. He had spoken to me about it, I think a week ago or so, and I didn't give him a definitive no. But when he called today, I seized the opportunity to even play what was going on. I played a bit of it and told him, this is what I'm making right now, and what I'm making is actually more important to me. It's the best use of my time right now. I needed that courage to be vulnerable enough to tell him the truth, risking how he would feel about it. Okay? For example, speaking up in a meeting, trying something new, or initiating a difficult conversation can all be acts of courage. Speaking of difficult conversations, I just had a couple of hours ago, I don't know if it's up to hours, maybe an hour plus, I just had another difficult call with a representative of one of my clients, one of my long-standing clients who I had been doing some recordings and productions for. Turned out he has been finding it a bit challenging coping with the inflation, and after I adjusted my prices, I made him understand we would have to adjust prices, and he settled for a particular price, only for me to discover that he didn't honor that before his accountant. He made his accountant pay me 25% less than what he had proposed he was going to be able to pay, which wasn't my suggestion. I just made him understand the value that I provided, and he chose to go with a particular figure, which he later reneged on. He changed his mind without consulting me, went to the accountant and told the accountant to pay me 25% less than what he had told me he was going to pay, only for me to discover on payday that I was going to be shortchanged. I called the accountant. He told me that's what the man approved. I called the man. The man said, oh, he's going to get back to me. He was going to get it fixed. I shouldn't worry. I should just send him a message as a reminder. I did that. The next month, same thing. The balance wasn't paid. The new change wasn't reflected. And I tried reaching and, I had to summon the courage to tell him, yo, this is what's going on. And, he's trying to create distance from the matter, asking me, have I explained to the accountant and all that? I summoned the courage to be vulnerable enough to make him understand that I'm fine to go without the change. If his word wasn't good enough, then I wouldn't want to go back and forth. If he gave me his word that he was going to do something and he didn't do it, I wasn't going to give him any qualms for it. And I left it at that. He got his assistant to call me and, they had to put me in a position to begin to explain the transactions, which I didn't like. But it took the courage to say, hey, yes, it's cool doing business, but it's also not cool you not holding on to your end of the bargain, okay? That's what courage would do for you.